Why turtles live in water, West Africa. It is said that turtles used to live on land until the time a clever turtle was caught by some hunters. They brought him to their village and placed the turtle before the chief, who said, "How shall we cook him?" They were wondering how to cook him. "When? You'll have to kill me first," said the turtle, "and take me out of this shell." "We'll break your shell with sticks," they said. "That'll never work," said the turtle. "Why don't you throw me into the water and drown me?" "Excellent idea," said the chief. Everyone agreed with the chief. They took the turtle to the river and threw him into the water to drown him. They were congratulating themselves on their success in drowning the turtle when two little green eyes poked up in the water, and the laughing turtle said, "Don't get those cooking pots out too fast, foolish people." As he swam away, he said, "I think I'll spend most of my time from now on safely in the water. It has been that way ever since." One good meal deserves another. West Africa. Anansi the spider hated to share. When Turtle came to his house at mealtime, he said, "I can't give you food until you've washed your dusty feet." Turtle licked his lips when he saw the big plate of steaming food, but politely walked to the stream to wash his feet. When he returned, the plate was empty. "Good meal," Anansi said, patting his full stomach. The turtle was going home hungry, but before he left, he offered Anansi to come and eat dinner at his place. "One good meal deserves another," said Turtle. "Come to my house for dinner." Turtle fixed a fine dinner at the bottom of the river. "Come down and eat," he said. Anansi filled his jacket pockets with stones so that he might be weighed down enough to stay at the river's bottom and eat. "It's impolite to wear a jacket to dinner," Turtle said. "Take it off." But when greedy Anansi took off his jacket, he floated back up to the surface of the water and hungrily watched Turtle eat his fill. Turtle had taken his revenge. Why the sun and the moon live in the sky. Africa. Many years ago, the sun and the water were great friends. The sun asked water why he never visited him. The water then said, "If you want me to visit you, you will have to build a very large house." The sun began building a large house to entertain the water and all his people. When it was completed, the sun asked the water to come and visit him. When the water arrived, one of his people called out to the sun and asked him whether it would be safe for the water to enter. The sun answered, "Yes, do come in." The water began to flow in, followed by the fish and all the other water animals. The water soon overflowed the top of the roof, and the sun and the moon were forced to go up into the sky, and they have been there ever since. The Lucky Fisherman, Nigeria. In the olden days, there were no hooks or casting nets. When the natives wanted to catch fish, they made baskets and set traps at the riverside. One man named Akonobo, who was very poor, made baskets. In the night, a big fish used to smell the palm nuts and go into the trap, and in the morning, Akonobo would go and take the fish out. He was very successful in his fishing and used to sell the fish in the market for plenty of money. He married a woman named Eong, a native of Okuni, and had 3 children by her. He still continued his fishing. The eldest son was called Odi, the second Yambi, and the third Atuk. He gradually became wealthy and bought plenty of slaves. At last, he joined Egbo society and became one of the chiefs of the town. Even after he had become a chief, he and his sons still continued to fish. One day, when he was crossing the river in a small dugout canoe, a tornado came very suddenly, and the canoe capsized, drowning the chief. They therefore called him the Lucky Fisherman.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.